What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. I am Lonnie from Flight Sim Gaming. I'm sure you guys are probably seeing some cinematic views here. Yes, we are using Chase Plane. Finally got it. Had to spend some money to get it, unfortunately, because it's only out for parallel 42 members. But all is well. All is okay. We got it. We want to check it out. See how things work. I got some camera views set up here. We'll get a little bit more in depth in the upcoming live stream rather than in this video. Funny enough, I actually just tried to depart, and I was recording this video prior to this. And the stream crashed. Stream crashed on departure. I don't know what that's all about. We got some, sounds like some children out here doing some touch and goes out of Nuuk. And doing some really super short final approaches. And just being terrors on the runway at the moment. Not letting any aircraft sort of get onto the runway. So we'll see what happens. I might have to log off of Vatsim prior to going, I guess, onto the runway. We'll see what happens. We're planning to depart off of runway 4 today. Headed out from Nuuk over to Keflavik. Don't know if we're going to get any ATC in Keflavik. It's a little late over there currently, but the goal is to get over there. This is leg number 3 on this world tour. We've added a little bit of cargo, so we got a little bit of payload on this departure. Something a little bit different than what we've seen in the last 2 videos. It's just the aircraft felt a little bit light. So we've added some cargo, some tariff-free Canadian cargo across other nations across the world. And anyways, let's jump inside the cockpit. I got some keybinds already plugged in here, but nothing that I'm used to. Another thing I have to note, GSX is just not working. Not sure why. GSX is not working currently at this airport. So, whatever. We'll have to, I guess, sort of wait. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I was also having some issues with my throttles with Chase Plane installed. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. So we're starting fresh with our second, my second recording of this flight. Anyways, let's load up everything. Call sign Air Canada 540. That's what we're using across the whole tour here. Cost index of 36. Cruising up to 39,000 feet today. IRS in it. Align that bad boy. Beautiful. And I don't anticipate on recording another video if all goes wrong here. We'll just kind of freestyle it, see what happens. You know, we're departing off of runway 4. We are on the Nuuk 2 Alpha departure. Beautiful. Coming into Keflavik, we are going to plan the ILS 28 Zulu approach. Right now, aircraft are landing on 28, and we're on the Giru 3 Hotel. Insert that. Beautiful. Perf. Tab. Here. Let's go ahead and select up everything. Bam, bam. Calculate. 28, 28, 31. We'll send that off. Flaps 1 down 1.1 on the trim. 7,000 feet is the trans out. Let's get things rocking and rolling here. QNH 1014. And going up to 39,000 feet. 39,000 feet is checked and set. And once we get a little bit more comfortable with Chase Plane, then we'll start adding up different things within the actual aircrafts. I'm not sure if these preset camera views that I've set are going to be preset for other aircraft. I honestly have no idea. Not sure. I got no idea. But we'll figure it out. We're on 22.8. There is absolutely no CTAF out in these parts, ladies and gents. There's no CTAF out in these parts. And I'm just realizing I really got to get used to Chase Plane. Chocks and cones, GPU, let's get rid of all of that. And let's have a look. This is the cinematic view. So something good. Highly recommend You know, for people maybe doing videos, having chase planes pretty good. You know, on some of the live streams, the goal is to start recording our landings. And then with that, there's a bunch of different things you can do. I have sort of the presets set up here, you know, where we can kind of see what's going on. I'm not really going to get into it at the moment. But while we have our IRS in it aligning, you know, kind of talk about what we did here. So, you know, in order to get Chaseplane, it's not out to the general public yet for Microsoft Flight Sim. It's out for Club 42 members. What that means is you have to spend 42 USD or more in order to be qualified to update, I guess, or not to update, to purchase Chaseplane. So once you're a Club 42 member, you have that access. I had to do a little buying, some spending. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not too proud of it. But the other add-ons I'm not going to be using. I bought the 7.3 and the A320 immersion packs to make up that difference, and don't think I'm going to use it. And here comes this little dinky plane. This is the guy that's doing a bunch of touch and goes. We had a Scandinavian coming in on approach as well earlier. Hopefully, you know, I don't run into any trouble when it's my turn to go here. And let's have a look at some views here. So external views, there's all of these different views, and I got a keybind everything. These are my presets. These ones aren't. Can't really see this one. But, you know, got to preset everything, which is pretty cool. I'll definitely do that probably in the upcoming days, as I want to get this video out, get leg number 3 out. I know I said we were going to get a video out for Friday, but unfortunately couldn't do that. But we're still amending to the 3 videos a week thing. So that'll make sort
Nuuk
of
traffic scanning 250 on final for runway 04 Nuuk traffic.
That'll make for a quicker ending to the world tour. So anyway, let's jump inside the cockpit here. IRLS, we still got 2 minutes. And then, yeah, with no GSX, it makes it a little bit tough to push back out of here. We're going to have to use the default or the Fenix pushback option, which it's all right. It's not the greatest, but we'll make it work, you know. We'll make it work. Flight time is about 1 hour and 55 minutes across Greenland. And then over into Iceland. We won't be parking at any of the terminals there. We're just going to GA parking. That's the plan. So I think it's the East Apron, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see what we get, what we have to do, if we have any ATC online. Not sure if we're going to. But I had done a previous recording prior to this one, and full flight. It's just I didn't think the approach was up to standards, so I ended up doing a second video. Well, actually, this is the third one now, because the second one that I was recording crashed. But I sort of bounced in Keflavik. Nothing that you would have seen to the naked eye, you know what I mean? You would have heard it. It was a slight bounce, but I wasn't proud of it, to be honest. So here we are, redoing the video, but we're on Vatsim across this whole journey. And beautiful, we're all set up here. Let's go ahead and close up everything. And beacon light coming on. Beautiful. Fuel pumps are on. I think we're all good to go here. Let me get the sounds up. New traffic, Air Canada 540. We are pushing back once again. Stand 2. All right, let's connect the tug. And let's start pushing back. Park and brake coming off.
Traffic's gonna be in 250, backtracking runway 04.
And engine number 1. Don't know what my key lines are. I think it's this one. Pretty good cinematic views here. I have no idea when when I'll be starting this magical turn here. I could probably start it now. Yeah, I think we're right on track here. Maybe not really. Maybe sort of. That's all I got. Parker brake coming on. That's all I got. Let's get our engines spooled up here. Here we have it. 2 good engines. EPU bleed. Master switch coming off. Taxi lights coming on. Engine start switch over to norm. Flaps 1. Ground spoilers. Auto brake. And down 1.1. One thing I noticed too, this airport is slightly stuttery. Just make sure down to 1.1. Yeah, slightly stuttery for whatever reason on departure. Don't know what to say. The winds are 020 at 6. Visibility is 10,000 meters of greater, overcast 8,000. Temperature 2. Altimeter 1014. And I think we're ready to go here. Nuuk traffic, Air Canada 540, taxiing to runway 4 via Charlie Alpha. Parker brake coming off. Nose wheel steering, it says we got to disconnect it. Beautiful. Lego. Beacon lights on, all good. While we're taxiing out, let's open up Navigraph, have a look at our departure here. Like I had said, we are on the Nuuk 2 Alpha. Runway heading, we're going to do a sort of a teardrop spin here. Out to Nuuk, 7,400 feet. We got to be above Transalp 7,000 feet. Initial climb clearance cleared by ATC, so we don't got to worry about anything along those lines. If you guys want to read that departure briefing, you guys can pause the video. Let's get her rolling. Beautiful. And I noticed chase plane, you can see all the movement inside the cockpit. No idea what any of that is. No idea. Don't think there's anybody on final, which means we're going to line up. And Nuuk traffic, Air Canada 540 lining up runway 4 for departure. Scandinavian, I think, was behind me. I'm not sure where he went, but let's get her going. No more GA flying out here. Holy shit, let me tell you, I was sitting waiting to get onto the fucking runway for probably 10 minutes because people just wanted to do touch and goes. You know what I mean? I'm not going to complain. I get it. It's uncontrolled airspace, but no reason to be hogging the runway, you know? Let me see, am I able to, oh, I can control the aircraft even in these camera things. Okay, beautiful, I like that. Something I'm already not used to is all the bumps on the runway. I'm not used to this. We'll see how that has an effect on my hand flying capabilities. I wonder if aircraft can backtrack and park here if there's aircraft arriving in. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Probably not, I would imagine. Let's get everybody ready here for departure. All right, sound's going up, throttle's going up 50%. And Flight 68 SRS runway auto blue, and we're not getting any chimes for my throttles. That's good. Maintain center line. Under knots, neutral. It's gonna get stuttery down towards this end here. And V1, and rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. New traffic Air Canada 540 clear all runways. Start that turn. Flight director's kind of tripping out a bit, start pitching down. Throttle's over to climb. All right, let's focus on climbing here. Flaps up. Sorry. Trying to get used to these camera views. All right, let's have a look. See what it's doing here. Nah. Don't want to play with it. We're going to hand fly it. Forgot to hit the chrono button. All good, though. Start pitching her up for climb. Throw the autopilot on, bring you guys back upstairs. Beautiful. Let's have a look at some views here. What can we do? What can we do? It's a nice little cinematic view. Climb out. It's nice, eh? 7,000 feet's in. Standard pressure. is set and checked. Looking good, looking good. Can't really see much. It's a little cloudy coming out of here. There's 10,000. Get those lights off. Beautiful. Wing lights. All is good. A little shaky. This view is very shaky. I guess maybe because we're going through the clouds, it's a little turbulent. Not sure. Anyways, ladies and gents, going to fly up to 39,000 feet. I'll catch y'all on the descent. Into Keflavik, an hour and 55 minutes. So we got another hour 50 to go. See you there. Peace! What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the video. We are on the descent into Keflavik. We've been airborne now for about an hour and 40 minutes. Runways have shifted. The winds have shifted. I think they're like 140 at 6. So we are planning the ILS 10 approach, and we are on the gearing for Mike arrival. Let's have a look and kind of see what's going on. I'm loving these cinematic views here. But in the meantime, let's open up Navigraph, show you the arrival coming in here. This is the gearing for Mike. Continuous descent, RNAV arrivals for runway 10. Pretty much, you know, a 50, I would say, mile arrival. Then we'll vector ourselves for runway 10. The wind's 140 at 6, 3 degrees, altimeter 1028. We do not have any ATC online. All good though. This is the approach here. Now the winds are 150 at 7, so you could probably land on runway 19 is what it is, I guess. I mean, we'll take 10 for now. It's going to be pretty much a straight taxiing out to the east apron where we're going to park. We're actually going to come over here, stand 119er. Going to be a nice crosswind coming in. No traffic at the moment coming into Keflavik, but been a beautiful flight. You can see the weather's changing up a little bit. Everything looking good. And, you know, continue to monitor how the aircraft behaves. The chase plane being implemented into my sim. Also set our approach information here, but so far no issues. I've seemed to change a couple camera views here where my engine views are no longer shaking. So for whatever reason, all of my external views in the air are like shaking around here. Let me show you what it's looking like here. Any one of these, the chase view, no problem. This one, I was able to create this, but tail, belly, gear, you know what I mean? All that stuff is sort of shaking. I'm not sure. And then also, there's a physics thing implemented into the sim with chase plane, which that's what we were experiencing with the bumps and stuff on departure. Apparently, that's a thing. So, I mean, this is going to be one of the next big add-ons for the sim. Not available yet to the general public. You got to be a Club 42 member. But panning through the camera views is transitions are seamless. Very smooth. Also, you can taxi around the airport in an external view and have full control of the aircraft as well. So that's also key. And you can see off to the distance there, there's Iceland coming up. I also have the A320 immersion downloaded as well. I'll probably put it on this aircraft just to see what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? So there's a nice little turnout there with the cinematic camera views. Curious to see where this aircraft sort of goes in the foreseeable future. Curious to see. Sorry, not aircraft. I meant add-on. Because it seems like a pretty good add-on. Can't even not. There's also these tower views and things like that. I mean, we can kind of come into Keflavik here. This is one of the towers. I think in... Actually, I'm not even sure where this is, but to be honest with you, I probably shouldn't be touching things because I don't want to break the sim. And GSX, let's see if it loads up here. It's not loading up. Typically, you can, you know, find some parking and such outside from the airport. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. It's sort of stuck looping. Hopefully, we can get GSX working. I'm not sure what happened with my GSX. I just recently did an update. I've updated it, so no idea what's going on. Is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is what it is. But if you guys are enjoying the content, please smash down that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. This is leg number 3. Try to make this a smooth landing. Already did a flight into here. Wasn't happy with the approach. So, you know, kind of canned that idea. And here we are doing another video. Tried to do a second. This is actually video number 3 on this leg because video number 2 ended up with a CTD. Unfortunately. And in the first video, too, when I did have Keflavik Tower online, they were kind of thrown off. So initially when I vacated the runway, they gave me assigned parking to like a gate at the terminal. And then I had, you know, told them, you know, this is a chartered flight. We are looking for, I guess, GA parking. And they were questioning sort of what we were doing. Not in a negative way, but sort of questioning, you know what I mean? So, you know, what are we doing with a Air Canada A320 up in Keflavik, flying in from Nuuk, and I had explained we're doing a little world tour thing on Vatsim, so they were pretty stoked for that. Very friendly staff out here in Iceland. Keflavik being pretty much the main airport that everybody flies in and out of, and I don't think there's any traffic on the ground as well. But we'll still make our calls. We'll be good pilots. From Keflavik, on Monday we are departing for the Faroe Islands. It's also going to be an interesting one. Probably not going to catch any ATC out there as well because I don't really see much ATC out in that part of the world. And there's 10,000 feet. Landing system coming on. Landing lights coming on, and throw our wing lights on as well. Aircraft slowing up. Keflavik traffic, Air Canada 540, about 30 miles west of the airport. Flight level, 10,000 feet, descending for runway 10. Beautiful. The winds are 150 at 7, so they sort of changed. Getting used to these keybinds too, ladies and gents. Looks like there's a mountain out there too, right out here. Do you guys prefer the outside wing views and engine views? Or do you prefer the ones where you're seated inside the cabin? What do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. Transalt's also 7,000 feet here. QNH will be 1028. .210 on the speed. Also picked up a subscriber since the start of this video. Appreciate whoever that was. Thank you. From 3,000 feet, we're going to descend down to approximately 2,200. I don't think we'll have to. See what the aircraft does and how it behaves. Beautiful clear skies out here. Airport is somewhere out there. Probably out here somewhere. I think it's right here. Set the altimeter 1028. Beautiful. Keeping those spree brakes out. About 20 miles out. Let's see now if GSX is going to work here. I don't think it's going to. Ah! Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go... It's a negative on that. It's not a gate. We're not going to a gate. Parking. 119er. Beautiful. Airport Associates. Let them know where we're going. Okay, good. I'm glad that's working. Hopefully, because that's... What is that? 2 airports on 3 legs so far where GSX is not working on departure. Slightly disappointing. Runway lights out in front of us. Look at that. Isn't that freaking cool? Isn't that freaking cool? And we're just under the glide slope. Come down here. Perf. Activated the approach phase. Apologize if you just heard vibration in the background. And we're going to go ahead and arm the approach button. Glide slope and Yoke are arming. Aircraft is sort of hunting. Beauty. And we're going to go ahead, set the aircraft into managed speed mode. There's a restriction coming up. And that restriction is max 200 on the speed. Beautiful, beautiful. Got an automatic keybind for cinematic views. I love it. Keflavik traffic, Air Canada 54010, mile final, runway 10. Flaps 1. Let's see if we see the flaps coming out. Can't tell. Speed's not coming back, so we're going to help it out a little bit. Once we get the gear down, aircraft, for the most part, will be Gucci. Okay, drop flaps 2 until we're under 200. There we go. There's flaps 2. Gear coming down. Rearm the ground spoilers. Beautiful. Five miles, so we're gonna go flaps 3 and then flaps full. There we have it. Gear down 3 green, flaps full, indicated. Short final here. Keflavik traffic, Air Canada 540, short final, runway 10. Alright, ladies and gents, enjoy the arrival coming in to Keflavik. The winds are 150 at 7. 150 at 7, and we're going all the way down to the end. Also, missed approach altitude, for those of you wondering, is going to be 3,000 feet. It's already set. There's 1,000 feet in my aircraft. Freaking sick. Chase plane, I'm telling you, man. Alright, let's focus here. 2 whites, 2 reds all the way down. Chose low auto brakes just because we're rolling out all the way to the end. Those winds are going to spin us back around.
$500. $100 above.
Artifacts popping in. I don't like that.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
First coming out. Maintain center line. As best as I can. 70 knots, suppressor stowed. Oof. Oof. It's a rough one. Alright, we're rolling out all the way to November. 217. Not super centered. I don't know, I need a lot of rudder input right now. I'm not understanding. And you can see the physics there with the shake. And I don't know where November is. I think it's at the end. It's at the absolute end. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not redoing this one. This is the third video I've had to do. I'm not redoing it. We're just gonna keep them. And here is November on the brakes. Flaps going up, ground spoilers going up. 1 hour, 59 minutes. Stop the clock there. Get our APU on. There's our parking. Gate 119. Sorry, stand 119. Get her lined up beautifully here. APU bleed coming on, shut the engines. Bam, bam. Beautiful seatbelt lights coming off. We've made it. Let's go ahead and start the deboarding. I'll take that. I'll take that. The best landing. I'll be honest, my landings aren't ever good coming in here. Skill issue. 100%. Anyways, ladies and gents, this concludes this third leg here. And look out for the live stream on Sunday, followed by leg number 4 We'll be departing Keflavik for the Faroe Islands. Until then, ladies and gents, enjoy the rest of your evening. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace!